Vancouver, British Columbian spouses who want to call it quits can now finalize it with a few clicks online. Soon-to-be divorcees without children will be able to file from a smartphone, tablet or computer in roughly 30 minutes, provided both agree on family law issues, such as spousal support, the Ministry of the Attorney General announced on Wednesday. A news release from the Ministry of Attorney General says an online tool called the Online Divorce Assistant application guides users through the steps, streamlines the process, and will ease stress for couples while relieving burden on administrative staff. Dreams time, desk order, divorces, or parting ways with no issues respecting children and property are usually done by filling out many forms and filing with a court registry. They don't require a formal hearing. When drafted by a law firm, fees can range from $500 minus $1,000 plus, according to David Horvath, BC civil litigator. There are often delays due to errors, and couples find themselves redoing forms or having applications rejected, he added. The costs associated with getting a lawyer or having to redo these applications is significant, he said in an interview. The process can be bewildering and frustrating. Article continued below. Then, courts can take years to fully process, Horvath noted. This can mean serious barriers to low-income couples who find the costs exorbitant and don't have the time. Close to 10,000 divorces are filed each year in BC, 30% of which are filed jointly. The Online Divorce Assistant application will eliminate mistakes and ease stress for couples intimidated by the amount of paperwork, which will save time and reduce demand on court staff, the release read. Now that the system will be more accessible, Horvath expects there will be more online services developed in the future to help people and free up the courts. There are a significant amount of self-represented litigants who will benefit from services such as these, he said in an interview. It will help pave the way for future innovation drafting other simple court forms that may not necessarily require a lawyer. According to previous Star reporting, roughly 80% of those in family court represent themselves. This is due to a number of factors including disillusionment, running out of money and English not being a first language. After completing the application, users can print out the finished documents and take them to a court registry for filing. The new process is expected to lay the framework for further online court services, such as protection orders, the release noted. According to Statistics Canada, in 2008 the divorce rate for one-year marriages was about the same as marriages of 20 years, a trend that began around 2004. Marina Adshade, a University of British Columbia economics professor, speculated that the new rules would not just affect people's willingness to divorce but it may also affect their desire to marry. Article continued below. If divorce is less expensive and less complicated, it might spur people to get married more quickly, she said. And the changes can be just the tip of the iceberg, Adshade said, pointing to other situations that can be resolved without stepping foot into a courtroom, particularly for those who can't afford the expense. The decision to divorce isn't one that people take lightly, she added. When I got separated 3 or 4 years ago, it was just so expensive and seemed so pointless, she said. But now, people can do this quickly, which will give them a chance to settle things and move on. Melanie Green is a Vancouver-based reporter covering food culture and policy. Follow her on Twitter, @MDG.